Good evening, and welcome to the CHS Band's Spring Concert. We are going to open for you with a piece by the Symphonic Percussion Ensemble that is called Beware the Jabberwock, and it will feature the reading of the poem by Owen Starr.
'Twas brillig in the slithy toves, did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogroves, and the mome raths outgrabe. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite and the claws that catch. Beware the Jub-Jub bird and shun the frumious Bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the maxome foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as an uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood and burbled as it came. One, two, and through. The vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head, he went galumping back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjous day, callooh, he chortled in his joy. Was brillig in the slithy toves, did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogroves, and the mome raths outgrabe.
If you were here for our last concert, percussion ensemble is something that is very new to us, new to me as a teacher, and new to all of them as well. But we were driven by the fact that we have so many wonderful percussion students, especially in the symphonic band class. And so they make a lot of really cool music for just percussive instruments. And it's been a real pleasure to dive into that with them. Unfortunately, we only practiced it in the space in here today once, and we didn't even have everyone there, so we were all a little bit worried. But it went well. So up next, we will have Rituals by Roland Barrett. And I did include in this concert program, there's a QR code on the back that shows some notes about each piece if you are interested to read about more the message of those pieces. So without further ado, when they're all set, we will begin Rituals. The symphonic band has one more piece of music for you, and then we'll have a couple of awards to give out before we switch places with the wind ensemble. This last piece is Aventura. Although the children have been calling it Ace Ventura, it has nothing to do with the movie. This is a really great piece by James Swearingen, who writes some really great music and never misses, am I right? Never misses, yeah, okay. They sound huge, don't they? I mean, we're going to take this time to hand out some awards, starting with the solo and ensemble contest medals. So here we go. Low and high brass trio getting second place: Emma Hoke, Chase Myers, and Taylor Rose. Come on down. Also, second place, woodwind trio: Lila Vandiver, Grace Nowak, and Lucia James. I'm trying to knock these out by band so that it makes sense. First place, tenor sax solo, Joel Spirakis. And we honored him at the last concert for Best of Day, which is a huge honor given to only one person that the judge thinks is the best thing they heard all day: trumpet solo, Aaron Eisenhower. And now we're going to give the Outstanding Freshman Band Member Award. This award is given to someone who practices really hard, who goes to contests, who goes above and beyond to do their best in band every day. And the Outstanding Freshman this year is Joel Spirakis. And I'm sure it comes as no surprise, our outstanding sophomore is Aaron Eisenhower. All right, we're going to take a brief intermission and switch places. Let's say 4.5 minutes. Is that ambitious? anyone timing me? What are we at? Did anyone else have a solo on that one? Okay. Some of this music has pop-in solos for one measure, and I couldn't keep track of it all, so I apologize if I forget to point at you to stand. This is some very sophisticated music, and it has been a quick turnaround to get this down, but they have been so amazing with all of this. That last piece came in 3 separate movements. The first one was kind of like life is happening, and the second one is the internment of the author of these memoirs in internment camps in the United States in the 1940s. And you can feel the work that's happening there. And the third movement is sad at the start, but ends hopeful. And so there's a lot of life messages in that music. It's very beautiful. The next one is a doozy, and so we're going to warm up a little bit more before we play A Mother of a Revolution by Omar Thomas. If you know anything about music, what's happening there is you have 4/4 time and then one bar of 7/8, which is so close to 4/4, but it's not, right? So if any single person rushes ahead or drags that behind, we're feeling a little unsteady. That was really awesome, guys. I'm going to give them a breather and do a few more of these solo and ensemble contest and other awards. Second place, alto solo, Anthony Cato. Second place, piano solo, Gabriel James. Second place, tenor sax solo, Joel Reed. Second place, flute solo, Lily Eames.
Congratulations.
And second place, flute solo, Molly McLean. If you have never seen a scoring sheet for IHSA solo and ensemble contest, there are a lot of seconds and a lot of firsts. There are also thirds and fourths and fifths, which are not as good. These people all did wonderful. The most important part of going to contest, however, is that they get judged by another music teacher and they get comments to keep getting better at what they do. First place, cello and piano, Charles Bass and Jonah Velnosky. First place horn solo, Charles Bass. First place cello solo, Jonah Velnosky. First place trumpet duet, Jack Reuter and Sam Radel. First place trombone solo, Quinn Behan. First place alto sax, Logan Hahn. First place flute solo, Jamison Myers. First place, woodwind duet, Aiden Bauer and Cale Rains. Almost there. First place, euphonium solo, Alex Hurst. And first place saxophone duet, Charlotte Garcia and Joel Reed. All right. We have had our second annual senior banquet where we gave out most of the senior awards. But I just wanted to honor our national award winners again. They get a certificate and a pin. So the Louis Armstrong National Jazz Award, Gabriel James. And the John Philip Sousa National Band Award, Cameron Helfrich. And a weird one to save for last, but a great one. Outstanding junior in band this year goes to Charlotte Garcia. Charlotte has become amazing at the bassoon, which she has only been playing for a little over a year, and went to All-State this year and played in the orchestra with Jonah on cello. Really, really amazing work in learning a very difficult instrument this year. Congrats to Charlotte. I'm gonna invite Todd down. Oh, there you are. Todd's gonna say a few words about Music Boosters, and then we're gonna finish this out with some music. Thanks. Thank you.
Well, hi. If you don't know me, I'm Todd Velnosky. I'm the treasurer for the Music Boosters. Thanks, Matt. I found out a little bit ago that I'd be talking to you all, and I had this great speech worked up in my mind, but then it just occurred to me that those words don't matter that much. The kids behind me and the kids in all of our music programs across the district are really amazing. Not only do they do this, which has been phenomenal all night, but they're in sports, they're in academic competitions. They're like the leaderboard for academic achievement in our school. They keep the football games lively at halftime. They keep the basketball games pepped up the entire time. Truly an amazing group of kids. Give them a round of applause if you don't mind. So, Music Boosters plays a very small part in the success of these musicians. We have the opportunity to fill in the gaps, if you will, for equipment, school supplies, things that are needed that allow these young people to demonstrate their musical talents for you. Whether it's the band here, our vocal ensembles, whatever it may be, if it's brand new instruments, instrument repair, the list goes on. Each and every year, Music Boosters gives about $20,000 to $30,000 to support the programs district-wide. Mr. Nickerson, I don't stand that close to the mirror in the morning, please. A little disconcerting. The way that we're able to do that isn't through direct gifts of money, though we accept that. It's actually through volunteering. If you look at the back of this half sheet, you'll notice an entire list of names. If yours is not on there, don't worry. There's a place for you here. What we do is we run concession stands for sporting events. Every person on here has worked probably several times. There's room for your name here. If anyone here has an hour next year to volunteer, if you think you might, and you are able to volunteer, I encourage you to, what do they call it, scan the QR code? Is that what the kids are saying these days? Sign up, join the festivities. Concessions is amazing. You get to throw pickles at people. I'm not kidding. You can play ring pop roulette with kids. It's a great time, but all that fun translates into money, which allows every musician in the Columbia School District to have what they need to demonstrate their talents for you. Please join us second Mondays if you want to join us for our regular meeting, or otherwise please just scan, sign up, volunteer, and be part of the amazing story that unfolds every time these musicians perform. Thank you.
Thank you, Todd. And thank you for drawing everyone's attention to the amazing videography by Mr. Nickerson, who is hiding in the back. And to the beautiful video boards that our school has put in for sporting events and concerts like this. This is really, really cool and hopefully not too distracting for the performers to see. I keep looking up there right when I get on there. It is distracting for me a little bit. We're going to finish this out with two more pieces, Hymn for the Innocent and Connect Us. And I don't need to say any more. Thank you for being with us tonight, and enjoy.
Hi, y'all. I'm not going to take too much of your time. If you don't know me already, my name is Lily Eames. I'm a current senior here at Columbia High School, and my last day is this Thursday, and I will be graduating May 18th with some of these people here. If you didn't know, if you knew that already, some of you, here's another fact. I am part of AR's first 4-year class, along with some of the people here tonight. And to honor that, we decided to give him a little something to represent the past 4 years that we got to share with each other. So I had some people send me some photos, and I had a photo album made of all 4 years that us seniors have spent with AR, from freshman to sophomore to junior, and to finally this year. And it's very surreal if we want to think about it. And looking back at all these pictures, I've realized how much not only I have grown, or how much we have grown, but how much AR has grown as a teacher. You're amazing. You're amazing, AR. I was thinking back to some of the movies and the books I've read, and I put a quote in the first page that I will read out to you guys now. And I felt like it really fit us here tonight. It's from the book/movie Perks of Being a Wallflower, and it says, "And know these will all be stories someday, and our pictures will become old photographs, and we'll all become somebody's mom or dad. But right now, these moments are not stories. This is happening, and everything makes you wonder, when you were listening to that song on that drive with the people you love most in this world, and in this moment, I swear, we are infinite." And I just want AR to realize that we are infinite, and with these photographs in this album, we will be infinite. Yeah, so thank you for the past 4 years. You're welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Let's clean this place up.
Have a great night. Drive safe.